Hey Peculiars, it's me, Amanda the Peculiar Brunette, and this video is going to be the first of many videos. I'm going to do a little series about candle magic. So this first video is going to be just like the basics, a general overview of candle magic, like talking about like the different types of candles you can use, and then some of the follow-up videos I'm going to be doing. Please hold, I have an outline. Candle color meanings, candle flame meanings, how to anoint or dress your candle, cord cutting ritual, and candle magic divination. So if you're interested in that, stick around. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Let's jump in. Also, just a heads up before we jump in, I have already written about each of these articles on my blog, thepeculiarbrunette.com. So if you don't want to wait for the videos to come out and you're wanting some more information, go ahead and hop on over there. You just go under witchcraft and then rituals and spells, and that'll have all the candle color magic and everything in there that you want to know. Also, you might have noticed that my scenery is a little bit different. That is because my husband and I recently sold our home and we are traveling full-time in our travel trailer, and yeah, so we'll be doing that for a little bit, so it's just a little bit different, and that's why I haven't made a video here in a little bit. But yeah, more about that in another video, so let's jump in about candles. Okay, so what is candle magic? So basically, depending on your spiritual belief, candle magic is anytime you're harnessing your own personal power, your own spiritual energy or intentions, and you're infusing them into a candle. And then basically once you burn that candle, as it burns down, it releases that out, your intentions, or in the form of a spell or ritual, whatever your personal beliefs are. Now, candle magic is really powerful and quick, so make sure that you're focusing on something that you really want and be prepared to receive it very quickly. For me personally, a lit candle joins the physical world and the spiritual world together, which I just think is really beautiful for any kind of ritual or magic that you're practicing. Right now, I just want to keep it simple, and I just want to discuss the different types of candles that there are. And really what you need to know right now is that some spiritual practitioners believe that the candle, once you light it, it needs to burn all the way down completely in one light, and you don't want to blow it out or anything, otherwise it can mess up the ritual or spell. Now, not everybody agrees with that, but a lot of spiritual practitioners do. So when you're picking a candle, obviously if you're not wanting to spend hours and hours having a candle burning, you're not going to want to pick like a big fatty candle. You're going to want to pick something that's a little bit smaller. So I mean, that's basically the main reason. If you're wanting it to be a little bit more elaborate, you can do something bigger. A little smaller, shorter one, you can do something shorter and like, you know, smaller, like a tea light or something, right? So let's go into a few different types just to kind of give you a general overview. So let's start with taper candles first. So a taper candle normally takes about 12 hours to burn down, roughly. I mean, you can basically account for about an inch an hour typically. So if you want to do a spell basically in one day, so 12 hours or so, this would be a good choice for you. I normally burn mine in a little brass holder like this one. I got this at a garage sale for $2. I was so excited. But yeah, this one's a pretty good option, and I kind of want to show you the difference between the tapered candle and a chime candle. So chime candles normally take about 2 to 3 hours to burn. So they're a little bit smaller. These are the ones you normally find in a lot of kind of like witchy spiritual shops. But so just to kind of give you a comparison, these are chime candles and this is a tapered candle. So, you know, a little bit of a See, you can see how it tapers versus this one doesn't. Wait, but you can kind of see the differences here. Obviously this one's a lot smaller, 2 to 3 hours. Totally personal preference though. I mean, I like to use chime candles if I'm going to do a cord cutting ritual because I think they stand easier. You could probably do it if you melted the taper candle just right here from the bottom, but I normally use chime candles personally, but of course, total personal preference. Okay, so next up we've got Tealights. You can kind of see here, they're just little guys. About 2 to 5 hours, maybe burn time on one of these. You can put herbs and oils on it too if you want. I wouldn't go too heavy on oils on this one, but you could probably add some herbs to it. These make great little quick ones. Okay, so votive candles are the next option. So they're pretty much like these type of ones. You've probably seen them. I always see them at like the dollar store. Just, they're fairly inexpensive. I normally keep mine in kind of little holders like this. I think they're cute. These ones, it kind of depends. These can burn up to 15 hours. Sometimes though they go faster for me than a taper candle, so it'll kind of just depend on the candle and the length of it. But these are good little options too, especially in the holder, the candle holder, because it kind of keeps a little bit more fire safe. So that's a good option for you too. So if you're wanting something that's really quick, like even quicker than a tea light, you can always go for birthday candles. I like to collect these. I just think they're kind of fun. I always find cute ones in different places, you know. But you can kind of just get like so many different color options, depending on the intentions that you have. Or even sometimes too, I think it's kind of cool when you get little like symbols, depending on what your intention is. Like these could be really good quick options for you too, and cheap. Just a quick little pro tip, by the way, if you're in the broom closet or you're going to be traveling, these store really well in an Altoid case, and nobody even has to know that you have them. So now the next option is a pillar candle, which is the only one I don't actually have here with me. I'll try to see if I can find some stock footage of it so I can show you. The pillar candles, they typically burn, it's about 50 to 60 hours to burn down. So if you're wanting to do a ritual over the span of many days, a pillar candle would be a good option for you. They come in lots of different sizes and colors too. So the last one is called a 7-day candle. You can find these in grocery stores. I see them in the dollar stores. A lot of times they'll have different religious symbols on them, like, you know, Christian symbols, Jesus and Mary and whatnot. So not my personal preference. So I always just tear it off if it has one on there, because it only costs a couple bucks if you buy them in this way. These obviously burn for 7 days. So if you're doing an extended ritual, this would be a good option for you. They're also really great because you can put different symbols or sigils. You can write stuff on it, and also I'll show you how to do it when I do the anointing video, but you can anoint this and put herbs in it as well. And also too, I found this one in an occult shop in Idaho Falls, and I just loved it. It made me so happy when I saw it, and I don't know what I'm gonna use it for, but it wasn't that expensive. I don't know if it says how much it costs on here. It wasn't that expensive, but I don't know. Little Jack Nicholson, you know, little Jack Torrance. I feel like his energy will be really good in a ritual of some sort. So, you know, finding things that resonate with you, or will be specific to your ritual or spell, I think can be really fun, and just, you know, add a little bit of creativity to your spell. So how to choose a candle. Basically, when you're trying to choose a candle to work with, a lot of people want to know what it needs to be made of. So beeswax and soy are really popular choices just because they're kind of more natural products. But honestly, I think that's all garbage. Use whatever candle is in your budget, any candle color that works for you. that's the one that you should do. One thing to note is to always use a brand new candle, because you don't want any like intentions from when you've burnt it previously, or maybe if you use it for another ritual or spell, you don't want that to come into your current working. So always use a brand new candle though. Okay, so when you're burning a candle, remember to always practice fire safety. You don't want to ever leave something unattended in case there's an accident. Also too, depending on the type of ritual you have, like if you're doing a cord cutting ritual and the flame goes out and you're not there to relight it, the spell's probably not going to work. It's not going to be complete. So just make sure that you're keeping an eye on it. Obviously, be safe. Always burn your candles in like a fire safe container. So whether you use the glass that it comes in, or you have your own little candle holders. Sometimes too, you know, I have different ones here that are like glass like this. I've seen people use the like disposable pie pans from the dollar store. Tapered candles like this work really well in like old wine bottles. But for me personally, I like to use my cast iron. This is just a 6.5 inch one that I got off of Amazon, and I really like it, especially when you're, you know, it can stand up in this pretty well. And I like that I'm able to add herbs and stuff around it, because you know, you can't really do that in something like this. But something like this, the cast iron, you know, you can add herbs around it, salt, whatever your intention is. So this is my personal preference, but do whatever works for you. The pie pan would work pretty great for this too. Remember too, the dollar store has a lot of great options for candle magic. So I actually think I got this one at the dollar store. But they also have like, you know, herbs and stuff. They have in the spices section, herbs, rosemary, all that stuff is in there. The dollar store also has like jute and twine, which you could use if you're doing like a cord cutting ritual. The pie plants, they literally have anything you could kind of want in there. Oils is another one. I see that all the time. So remember, there's a lot of budget friendly ways to do this too. Oh yeah, and the dollar store also has like essential oils a lot of times, and the like parchment paper. I bought it there before. It kind of looks like it's like wrapping paper, and that's like really great for petition paperwork. So anything that you want to like burn your intention in the flame, or some people set it underneath of the candle. See, dollar store has a lot of good options. All right, so that should wrap up this first video on candle magic. Let me know in the comment section if you've already tried candle magic and basically what your experiences are, or any stories that you have, because I love hearing about that kind of stuff. Also, just any questions you have, so as the series goes on, I can make sure and answer any of your questions. And I think that's everything. All right, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Lots of love to you, and remember, as always, stay peculiar. So basically, awesome, the garbage man is here right now while I'm filming this video.